Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna do a little bit more of a different video. I'm gonna do some kind of like fishing review because I do fish, and I'm just gonna go through what I have here and tell you what I use it for and why you should buy it. Over here is some 1/8 ounce sinkers. I use these when it's not windy. And first of all, I'll go over my rod and reel. I got a spinning rod right now with a 10-pound Seaguar on there. It's fluorocarbon, and these are some swivels that I use when I'm specifically doing it for catfish, or if I want to go on the bottom of the water, then I'll use these along with some beads right here that I got from Bass Pro Shops, and some drop shot weights. And the hook that I use for drop shots will be right in there. Those are some Owner 1/0 hooks. I can actually use those, but I can also use these right in here that are mixed in with these bullet weights down there. They're also 1/0. But these bullet weights are 1/4 ounce, and I use those for Texas rigging. With either one of those, I can use. These are both 3/0. This one is just a plain shank, and the one right here is an EWG. They're all intertwined, so I can't get out right now. But I'll use those with either a just a regular worm, and I'll just like jig it up like that, give it a couple twitches, and then let it sit, and then give it a couple twitches and let it sit, and just repeat that process over and over again. And they'll usually hit it when it either stops or does something like that. And I also have a bobber because, you know, classics will never hurt you. If you're wanting to do the wacky rig, I have a wacky rig tool here. I just ordered it off Amazon. It's really cheap. And I've also got bobber stops, which I don't really use these, but I wanted them anyway. And these two right here, the one on the left is a red 16th ounce jig head, and the one on the right is a red chartreuse 1/8 ounce jig head. I actually caught my personal best on this one right here in a lake in Scottsboro. The fish was like 5.5 pounds or so. It was a bass, obviously, but bent the hook out really bad. I was surprised I even got it onto the shore. It was freaking massive fish. So those are my hooks. I'm gonna switch over to the hard baits now. Here is a rattle trap right here. It's not an original rattle trap. It came from Bass Pro Shops. They were having a sale that was going on, and these were $1, I believe. This one is kind of a chrome color, and I'll use this on murky days, and just kind of the same thing. You want to like rip it out like that, and just rip it out. So that's really good for grassy cover right there, and you just rip it through the weeds right there. This one came out of a Lucky Tackle box, I believe. It's kind of a green shiny color with a black back. It's a pretty big crankbait. The camera doesn't give it justice, but this thing is just massive. I probably won't use that, but if I do, I probably will catch a monster fish on that. This frog right here, I don't really fish lakes that have any mats or grass mats or anything, so I can't really use this for where I fish, because I fish at Lake Purdy and a little bit of ponds and rivers and stuff like that. But I have yet to find a place where I can use this. But this is a Booyah Bait Company, I believe. If you're gonna buy a frog, buy the Booyah Bait Company, the popping ones. I got the regular one, but that was before I knew. Anyway, I'll go to the next thing here. This is the same brand as this one right here from Bass Pro Shops, but it's got a gold back. Once again, this is really good for dark color or dark water, but you can use this in the fall, I would say, because it kind of looks like a shad. It's the same weight and everything as this one right here. And this one, I believe, is a Strike King Chartreuse Black Bag. This is for springtime, actually, but it's a square bill crankbait, as you can see. And that one it's got a really tight wobble on it, so that's really good for finicky bass. And I got a third one right here of these 3 Bass Pro Shops one, with a black pack with a gold shimmer thing. And I haven't used this yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be a really tight wobble on that. And then I've got 2 1/8-ounce jigs here. I believe they're 1/8 ounce, and they're structure jigs. And this one is a black and blue one, as you can see. I'll show you in a second what I use that with. This is a green pumpkin one. It's got a really good weed guard on there. And then I got 2 crankbaits on here that are also Bass Pro Shops brand. But I've got to replace the hooks on those because these are really crappy. But it's a Goldback crankbait, deep diving. You can see by that large bill right there. And then I've got one that's got a black bag with gold on the side. And then my last crankbait here is a crawl color crankbait with a black bag. I've used this once before, and it does not have a tight wobble, but it looks really good in the water, and I've tried it out before. Maybe it's just me, I don't know what I'm doing. Who knows? I'm going to try that again, maybe sometime this summer or spring. And let's get over to the... Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to get out my other stuff here. Okay. First thing here, I've got a Plano Speed bag here that's got all my worms in there, and I'm just gonna go through real quickly for you guys and show you what I use them on. This is the Finesse Watermelon Magic Trick Worm by Zoom. I believe these are 4 inches, and I use that most likely on a drop shot because it's a really small worm. And these I got out of the Lucky Tackle box. These are like a green pumpkin with like candy flake, I would say. These are Bass Pro Shops Stickos, 5 3/8. These are actually really good. This is what I believe I caught my personal best on. I only have like 2 of these left. And there was like 20 in the bag, I believe. These, I went into the store, the fishing place that I go to, and the person at the front desk like freaking cheated me into buying those. It's okay, but those are crap. Don't buy those. Here's some more Bass Pro Shop Stickos. These are actually really good. If you don't like using well, if you like the Yamamoto Senkos, that I would say, I would recommend buying these if you don't want to spend that much money. I'm not saying that Yamamoto is bad. Yamamoto, I've tried them before. They're really good. They just cost like $8 a bag, and these are like maybe $3. They're just way cheaper, I would say. And I've got, but I want to try these out this summer. These are Ribbiton worms in green pumpkin violet. They're 10 inches, I believe. Those are gonna be that's gonna be a really good bait right there. I'm gonna catch a monster with that one right there. I would use those mostly with the 3-aught Gamakatsus I've got over here, and just like bounce it off the bottom, or maybe with a jig head or something. These Strike Kings right here, they're smoky shads, and they're in a 7-pack. I just bought these recently. But they look pretty good to me, so I was like, I bet I could try those. Then I got some Yumdinger and Watermelon Pearl. These right here, if you didn't know, bass actually eat their own kind. The baby bass, this is what this color is called, baby bass color. So I'm gonna try this out this spring and see if something doesn't bite that. Once again, I'd probably use that on a 3-aught Gamakatsu, either extra wide gap or probably extra wide gap since these are thicker. And then I got some Yumdingers right here in Junebug color. I've tried those out several times and they work pretty good, but I haven't caught any fish on it yet. These are some more green pump or trickworm and green pump and blue. And same with this, I'd probably throw that on a more finessey type setup. So that's all my worms right there. And hold on. I've got this bag right here with all my other crap. See, I've got everything else on there. So I've got everything from these small super flukes and sexy shad, as I would say, because they're almost all in that color. Junebug, lizard. If you know about fishing, these are freaking A1. I will go out and buy $100 worth of these, and still it would be worth it. These Kitex are freaking amazing. They are amazing. Get yourself some. These raid shells, the same thing with this. These are amazing. I use this back on the jig head. They are amazing. Go get yourself some. These right here, these are river bugs. I have tried these out before, but they don't really work very well for my water because my water is not super dirty. And so with this Junebug color, you probably want to have dirty water that you can go to use those. If you're gonna buy a bait, I would recommend either a green pumpkin or black and blue. These are some baby D-bombs. I've used these before. They're pretty good. Caught a couple fish on them. They're kind of like a ribbed body, I would say. And they're very unique, if you can see that. Focus. Focus. Okay. It's not going to focus, but it has a ribbed body right there. These net baits are really good. The baits are kind of big, so you probably want to use an EWG on this for your purposes. Once again, I'd probably use that either on a 3-aught Gamakatsu hook. Talking about Gamakatsu hooks, if you want to cheap out on everything I have here, you don't have to buy any of this. But if you're going to fish, please buy good hooks because you don't want to snap off because you have a crappy hook. And if you're gonna fish with those jigs that I showed you earlier, I recommend getting some kind of grub. I have 2 packages of grubs, one of in Watermelon Red, Creepy Crawler Twin Tail. You can also get the Fat Albert grubs. I don't have any of those, I don't think, but they're really good as well. Wait, yes I do. I have Fat Albert Twins in Watermelon Red. Those have really good action, especially in the water. But I've got some flukes here. Once again, I probably use those in the spring. And they have a really good, this little tail right here, this paddle tail, it'll work really good in that water. If you get that near a bass dam, they will strike it. These craw pappies right here, I would recommend getting these if you need some kind of a grub bait. They look really good. And like the picture says, you probably want to use either a 3 or 4-aught offset hook. It may not go on that, but for a bigger hook or for a bigger bait like this over here, you're probably gonna want to use a bigger hook. And that's about all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.